We hope that you have enjoyed the refreshments. Next is the speech by the Chair of Maldives Building and Construction Board, Mr. Mohamed Ali Janah. Mr. Mohamed Ali Janah is the Chairman of Maldives Building and Construction Board. He is also the Chair of the largest resort developer in the Maldives, Hotels and Resort Construction Private Limited. Mr. Janah has also served as the President of the Maldives Association of Construction Industry, MASI, for several terms. He currently serves in the Executive Board of the International Federation of Asian and Western Pacific Contractors Associations as the first Vice President. He is also the Chairman of the Standing Committee on Human Resources and Labor Migration, CEO of Gulf Alif Kudu Airport, Board of Director of Maldives Monetary Authority, and the Honorary Advisor for Pristine Islands Investment Maldives Private Limited. Mr. Janah has been awarded the National Award of Recognition in the area of architecture, construction, and consultancy by His Excellency President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom in November 2017. I would like to invite Mr. Mohamed Ali Janah to address the gathering. Mr. Janah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Auditor General, Mr. Hassan Ziad, thank you very much for inviting me to your office recently and inviting me to do a small presentation. I didn't realize that I had to give a presentation like this. I thought I had to give a small speech and then finish it off. But then, when the paperwork came, I realized, okay, let me try, because I tell my staff I only have a very short, span to listen to things. Please tell me anything in 60 seconds, But I was told I have to give a presentation of 45 minutes here. And my friends here from the accounting community, I normally listen to them. I normally do not lecture them, My friends like Krishna and Fariha, I always listen to them, not me, bombarding them with stuff. So my apologies, my numbers, you are people of numbers. I may not be right. So I'm trying to, put an effort to do something that you guys have been doing to me, so it's the other way around today. Good morning, assalamu alaikum. So I'm going to do my presentation as a stakeholder, expectation. I am Mohamed Ali Janah, as you know, as all of you know. Currently, today I'm represented as the chairman of the Maldives Building and Construction Board Chair. I also represent one of the largest construction companies, which I have built myself over many years. All right. Okay, my presentation is prepared on my own perspective as a businessman. I'm going to speak about the construction industry, both about the local challenges and my experience in the international arena. The expectation of stakeholders that are to the financial aspect of a business in the field of construction is to explain these expectations and to understand the main challenges we are facing and possible solutions. Stakeholders, as I would like to say, has direct or indirect and legitimate claim against substantive aspects of a business. So that's the definition of a stakeholder. We can also narrow it down to people who have a direct benefit or loss from a project. Therefore, in construction, generally, we have direct and indirect stakeholders, and on top are the client and the contractor. Direct stakeholders are internal stakeholders such as management and the employees. Indirect, government, regulatory bodies, and the general public. Connected stakeholders, direct, indirect, are like suppliers, clients, shareholders, lenders, rental companies, etc., etc. So look at the construction industry. We have internal stakeholders, connected stakeholders, employees, management, clients, shareholders, contractors, suppliers, lenders, engineers, architects. On the other side of external stakeholders, we have the public, the private sector, the government authorities from the public sector, consultant bodies, and media. Local residents, local landowners, conservationists, environmentalists, and general public again. The Maldives, key economic highlights. Tourism growth increased by 8%. Fisheries grew by 42%. Construction had a big jump of 24%. So I took the statistics from MMA, so the last report. So inflation rate increased up to 2.8%, which is still good, very good for a country like us. Fiscal deficit was at a percentage of GDP by 2%. Monetary policy, private sector growth improved by 15%. Financial sector annual growth in aggregate net assets by 5%. And external sector current account deficit as a percentage of GDP stood at 19%. So currently, as we all know, I don't have to explain, these are the projects that are ongoing, the major infrastructure project. The minister had very clearly highlighted President Yamin's development drive, the extensive expansion, the revolutionary expansion. So these are the key projects that are happening in the country right now, and most of it getting completed, although some are there to start. Resort development. 24 lagoons are being developed in Maldives alone, which means we are going to double up the size of the Maldives region in terms of the number of resorts, which means the GDP of this area alone is going to, be doubled up by the end of next year or middle of next year. 60 plus resorts ongoing, and I have highlighted some of the resorts. The first three are all me or partners with me. And then Embudu Lagoon. These are probably the largest projects in the country right now. The construction industry is directly linked to the economy of the country because we are a frontline industry. So whatever happens to the economy, it has a direct implication on us. We also achieved the second largest industry status in the Maldives in 2015. So we have been continuing to match that every year, year on year. So as you can see, we had a 24% growth. And you have the statistics from MMA again and from the Ministry of Housing. I have highlighted the number of projects, the number of licenses issued to different kinds of projects, like the resort projects, housing projects, and other commercial projects. So we have about 2,000 licenses issued in this period of time in the last 1 year. This majorly contributes directly to the GDP and also the socio-economic development of the country. These are statistics from the National Statistics Bureau. I won't go into details. These are what jumps we have made from year on year. Client expectation. So I'm the client, or if I become the client, or my client expects what is the budget of a project. They expect us to deliver the project on a timely manner. They also expect us to deliver a quality product. They also expect us to control the costs. We also have to have very good communication to succeed in a client-contractor relationship. And we also have to give the viability of such a project and the feasibility of such a project to the client. So this is what they expect from us. On the other hand, we as contractors have to make sure that our project is cost efficient, again timely delivery, again quality. We have to have the cooperation of all stakeholders involved, be it government, be it the licensing authorities, be it the environmental agencies, be it the accountants, be it the accounting firms that we work with. So we have to have a full coordination, a seamless coordination for the timely delivery of such a project. Most important thing is we also expect timely payments, which most often doesn't happen. So again, we have to do internally the project feasibility. Amongst us, we are competitors in the construction industry. Some of us, just get and try and get projects just for the sake of it, which is very wrong. Sadly, I have to say that. This is why some of the companies suffer, halfway through the project, and some of the projects get dragged on, on and on, without an end to it, and the clients have to keep pumping the money, and they would never understand where they will end up. So employees, again, are the most important. For me and our company to become successful, we took care and we take care of our employees very well. My friend Ali, my colleague here, we both always speak about how important the employees mean to us, and we take care of them as our own family. So I used to say to my staff, the workers, be it expatriate or the local labor force, what they eat at the table on the site should be the same as what I eat for lunch that same day. So that is the level of, that's the heart you should have for your workers and your employees. So that's how I take it forward. Legal compliance. We have to follow the rules, the environmental rules. The registrar is there, she knows how much I disturb her every day, I don't bypass things, So I always consult her, could this be done? Can I get this, investor? Even now, just now I asked her, that I have this plan, but would you be willing to approve this? So most of the government, key people are very supportive to us, and I thank all of them, for how they support us. Employees and manager expectations. They expect us to pay good rates. Of course, we are willing to pay based on their productivity. More pay, as I say, more pay for better performance. I don't have to, enlarge on this when my friend is going to do a presentation, fifth year. They also expect job security. Some of our, workers have been working for over 20 years, For a private company, it means a lot. That means we are doing something right. The conditions that we create, the atmosphere, the environment we get them to work. I invite you, I have a big project that is going on. I have been showing some of the government entities what we are doing. We are building a huge project, the Waldorf Astoria near Male. So any of you who would like to visit can always call me. I would like to show you how we treat our workers and the camp. And the safety and security we give them. So job tax, and we also invest on job satisfaction, career development. Now comes our shareholders. They expect us to give them good profits, expectation of more profit growth. They expect our share price to grow every day, and they expect us to sustain that growth continuously. Lenders, the banks. They have very high expectation on the interest, on borrowings. In the Maldives, it is beyond anyone's belief, because I also have borrowing from other countries. So when you compare that, it's very different. I hope that there will be a day soon that we will be able to match, those rates that our regional or other countries are lending us to that. The banks expect us to repay our loans on time, and also they like to see more opportunities and facilities and enhance return on their lending. Government. I'm trying to cover everything, I hope it's not so boring, yeah? Because, I'm just trying to cover, as a stakeholder, I'm trying to cover every area. So, okay, government. Government expect us to contribute to the economic development. Their focus is to enhance the GDP, improve the quality of life of the people of any country, create more opportunities to the workforce, create job creation, as the minister said. And I also heard from doctor, how Korea expand. I have a very good two partners from Korea. I have one resort with a Korean partnership, very good people. They're from the Hanjin shipping family, so they've been very good, very professional. So I know a bit of Korea. The government expects us to meet the legal responsibilities and compliance with government policies, and also in the end, we also have to pay taxes, which is very important, So key expectations. When we look at the major stakeholders' expectation, it is evident that they require strong financial understanding. They want to know if we understand what we are trying to enter into, what we are trying to do. Unless, because most of the I work with most foreign investors, so they would like to know if we really understand, the enormity or the size or the, what we're trying to do. So this is possible only with the input of proper financial advice and financial competency. That is where, when we go to people like Fariha and Krishna and KPMG and PwC. Okay. So importance of strong, reliable, and efficient financial staff. So employment in Maldives. So we have a problem of skilled labor. This not only ends up with manual labor category, we have strong lack of financial staff. So I have some statistics here, where you have the foreign and expat labor force in the Maldives. So you see the comparison. So I don't want to go through that in detail. So any industry will require proper accounting systems, various analysis to achieve success, to avoid bleeding of funds, and take smart investment decisions. Major companies with multiple businesses require this more than anyone else. In this industry, with such fierce competition and thin margins, reliable financial information analysis is very, very important. Okay, main responsibilities. Why a competent accountant is needed. So we need feasibility and viability plans, financial and business plans, investment plans, budgeting, cost cutting, regulatory compliance, and implement and update new systems with market advancement, and train accountants. Here is the chart of the national accounts for the year 2016. So the current situation in Maldives. Like any other industry, as I said, we lack local accountants and finance staff. We depend heavily on foreigners for this job. So before I came here today, I let my staff call 20 companies in Maldives. 18 of them said the entire finance department is headed by expatriates. So 90% of our finance departments or the commerce departments are handled by foreigners. Even my company is the same. It's no different. Sri Lanka has been supplying us with our requirement, very well advanced in the field. A lot of companies also have mismanagement issues because we don't employ the right people. Trend analysis of education in accounts. So I have given the numbers here. 5,000 students come out after GC O-level, 5,000 plus students every year. So the statistics of accountants are there out of these 5,000 who go into studies. So in the year 2016, I think about, I don't know the exact number, so 1,400 students went into accounting and commerce streams in different ways. And the good news is 80% of students passed in the accounting subject, which is a very positive sign. Here I have, these are the institutions that teach accounting in the Maldives. So these are the, colleges and schools. So here are the notable accounting firms, international firms like EY, KPMG, PwC, and local firms like MHPA, Parihas FJS, and MJ and Crowe Horwath. So why do we go to them? An excellent accounting firm needs to have honesty, integrity, the right type of people who understand our psychology, what we expect, with utmost confidentiality, especially in a society like this. That is how we can only establish a long-term relationship that is successful. Who are we looking? Who is the accountant we are looking for? I asked this to my daughter. My daughter lives in New Zealand, my eldest daughter. She's an accountant herself. So I called this morning and I said, look, I'm going to a meeting, so what should I tell them about? Can I tell them about you? She said, no, don't talk about me, because they will tag me and do this and that, She said, you can say that. So today's accountant, as doctor also said, today's accountant is somebody who knows the pace of change in technology, which is changing the businesses and the accounting profession. She also told me to tell the audience that we need a well-rounded workforce that can work in collaboration with other fields as well, instead of practicing finance in isolation. So that means, somebody should understand, all aspects of the economy, the business, the society. Accountants also who follow industry trends and forecast future values are crucial instead of depending only on historic data. Should also be able to mitigate technology-associated risks and guide businesses through it. An accountant is equally important as a lawyer in your contract negotiations to advise you the best options to maximize your position. Okay, suggestions. All the relevant authorities and businessmen must take the initiative to create opportunities for Maldivian accountants. As a businessman, I would like to say this. We should be supporting workshops, providing internships. We should target, people, good, highly qualified school leavers. We should go and embrace them into our businesses. Regulatory bodies should look at enabling new technologies such as cryptocurrencies to facilitate business to use them without undue bureaucracy. We commend initiatives such as MAF, like this, and encourage introduction of more such platforms. I applaud the Auditor General for taking this initiative, and from day one, you have put me as part of it, and I would continue to support your effort and your team's effort in this venture, in this endeavor. I also urge NGOs like Masi, the Vice President, Allah is here, Mati, MNCCA, and others to sponsor and fund and encourage the millennials, the youth, by facilitating opportunities in such programs. I put this slide also, MAF is an excellent networking opportunity with the largest forum in the Maldives for auditors and accountants to exchange and expand their knowledge, opening many doors of opportunities for the accountants community in the Maldives. MAF is an annual event and an excellent opportunity to focus on the various challenges where we are able to identify the current market and stakeholder applications. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much. I would like, if you have any question and answers, I'm ready to answer. Otherwise, I'll just leave the stage. Thank you very much.